So LVNV has sued you in a debt collection lawsuit. Why are they suing you, and what are your 5 options? That's what we'll talk about in this video. I appreciate you watching this video, and if you are not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe and you'll get more videos like this every day. So who in the world is LVNV or LVNV Funding LLC? This is a debt collector, or what is also known as a debt buyer, because they claim, that's critical, they claim, they allege, they say that they have bought an old debt. It might be from Credit One or Synchrony Bank or Chase or whatever old original creditor they're talking about, but they claim to have bought it, and now they've sued you. So what are your 5 options? And this is something that we have taken hundreds and hundreds of consumers through for many, many years. And I have found this to be very helpful and hope that you will find this be helpful as well. So let's talk about 5 options here. Number 1 is you could file bankruptcy. Number 2, you could fight the lawsuit on your own. Don't hire a lawyer. Number 3, you could settle the lawsuit on your own, so you do not hire a lawyer. Number 4, you could hire a lawyer to fight the lawsuit. And number 5, you could hire a lawyer to help you settle the lawsuit. So let's look at those briefly. Number 1, bankruptcy. This is an extreme solution. And if you absolutely desperately need it, it can be extremely effective. But like I said, this is a very extreme solution. Maybe every 100 or 200 people that we talk to, and we get dozens and dozens of people that look to hire us every month in Alabama being sued over by LVNV or Midland Funding or any of these guys. Maybe 1 out of 100, 1 out of 200, we say, you know what, you ought to go talk to a bankruptcy lawyer. I think for everybody else, it would be a terrible idea, but it is an option. Okay, bankruptcy, Chapter 7, you wipe out the debt, assuming you qualify. So that's the advantage. The downside is you now have a bankruptcy on your record, and this is a very, very serious matter. So sometimes I've described it this way. It's a little gruesome, but hopefully this makes the point. If I say, wow, my little finger is broken, it really hurts, and you say, I've got a solution, boom, you chop off my arm. Well, my little finger doesn't hurt, but that was an unnecessary solution, right? There's a whole lot better ways to handle this. Same thing with the typical LVNV lawsuit, unless you're just in a very, very unusual situation where you desperately need bankruptcy. That is normally not a good option. Okay, but that was the first option. Second option is you fight this on your own. Well, if you think about it, that's kind of what you're doing right now. You don't have a lawyer. You just got sued. You're wondering what to do. You are handling this on your own. Advantages would be you pay a lawyer nothing and you rely on nobody but yourself. Okay. What are the disadvantages? Well, you don't have a lawyer and you have to do this all on your own. Now, I'll tell you, for folks in Alabama and very soon in Tennessee, if you choose this option, we've got some resources we can provide to you at no charge to give you some ideas on maybe how to do this in the best possible way. It's still up to you if you represent yourself, but this might help you a little bit. All right, so we've talked about bankruptcy, we've talked about fight it on your own. Third option is settle the lawsuit on your own. Well, what are the advantages? Well, again, you pay no lawyer. And you're not relying on anybody else. You negotiate with the collection lawyer. And when you negotiate a settlement, and then you make sure that you pay the settlement exactly when and how and where and all those details, you do it exactly as you promised, then the lawsuit will be over. What are the downsides? Again, you have to handle this on your own. So you're talking to the collection lawyer. You're making sure it's a good settlement. You're making sure you know who to pay, how to make the check out to, what type of check, when to deliver it. In other words, all those details are on you. I would also remind you, make sure you understand what will happen with credit reporting. Some of these collectors will agree to take it off of your report if you settle with them. Others will not. But it still should show a zero balance once you have made either a lump sum payment, money all at once, or you make the last monthly payment. Now it should show a zero balance. Okay. So we've got bankruptcy, fight it on your own, settle it on your own. The fourth option is hire a lawyer to fight it. Well, what's the downside? Well, you got to pay the lawyer money. Okay. So that's a downside. Now, the positive is now you are not having to handle this. A lawyer is handling it. Assuming you hire a lawyer and you have confidence that he or she knows what in the world they're doing and that they'll give you a better chance of winning, there should be a sense of, okay, now I can relax. Somebody else is handling this. But you need to know, how much will it cost you and what happens if the lawyer is not successful? Do you lose that money? What happens with that? Now, the fifth option is hire a lawyer to settle the lawsuit. Again, downside is you got to pay the lawyer money. And, how much did you pay the lawyer? How much are you paying, if any, on the settlement? What happens with credit reporting? So there are some issues there. But again, the advantage is if you've hired somebody that you feel confident in, you feel comfortable with them representing you, then you will feel confident and comfortable that this is being handled the correct way. Now, my firm has an approach where we really combine that option 4 and 5. And basically what we say to the collectors are, the collectors we're dealing with, we say, look, do you want to go to trial or do you want to settle? And when we settle, we don't pay them any money. So if you're in Alabama or very shortly in Tennessee, let me know if you have questions about this and we can explain our program to you that we have done for many, many years in Alabama. So I hope that this is helpful. Just remember, the reason they're suing you is they say that they bought the debt. Now, I want to circle back something I said. I kept sort of emphasizing they claim, they say, they allege. That's different than proving it. Okay? I can tell you I'm the President of the United States of America. It might not be true. Okay? LVNV might say, we bought this debt. That may be a lie. Or even if it's true, they may be unwilling or unable to prove it. And ultimately, anything in court, we've got to be able to prove if we're the one filing the lawsuit. They sued you. They have to prove that they own the debt. I can just tell you from many, many, many years of dealing with them, they struggle, at least in my case, and maybe every other case they're great at. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but the hundreds and hundreds of times we have represented consumers who have been sued by LVNV, we have seen LVNV struggle with this. So, very important, keep that in mind. Your 5 options: bankruptcy, fight it on your own, settle it on your own, hire a lawyer to fight it, hire a lawyer to settle it. Okay, guys, hope that that's helpful to you. And if you live in Alabama or in Tennessee and want to reach out to us, just give us a call, 205-879-2447, or you can go to our website, alabamaconsumer.com, and contact us there. Have a good one. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.